The Dogs, in association with the Greyhound Board of Great Britain. Hello and welcome to another edition of The Dogs. This week we're at Yarmouth by the coast for the 63rd East Anglian Derby final, sponsored by Betfair and worth £20,000 to the winner. Charlie Lister is half the field. Forget the X Factor, it's the Lister Factor.
Also in the programme this week, plenty of open race action, including Jolly Poacher's continued good run at Oxford. Greyhounds galore as we report from the Great Greyhound Gathering. And a slightly larger four-legged animal as we follow the progress of racehorse BAGGSY.
But first we're off to the seaside, to Yarmouth for Betfair East Anglian Derby final night. And a sprint double for Matt Darnold, first Me Buddy, and then Bannymac Pines getting the run on old rival Jimmy Lolly. So a second for Seamus Cahill there, but victory for the Keston trainer in the Invitation as Carden Burnt waltzed home to continue his good run. Yarmouth's executive boxes provided the best seat in the house, and close study of one of the country's leading puppies, Eye on the Storm, trained by Mark Wallace, and he made no mistake.
Heading down the far side of the odds-on favourite, Eye on the Storm. Some 3 lengths clear here from Guinness Time, giving chase in second place. Then a couple lengths back to 6, Warmick, that's picked up a bit of ground, but as they come up towards win line, it's been an easy task for the odds-on favourite. Eye on the Storm's won.
The form of that race has since been well and truly franked, with a brilliant track record for Eye on the Storm at Hall Green on Tuesday. Back inside one of the UK's best appointed Greyhound stadiums, it was time to digest the form of the main event and for punters to decide whether Jordan Solutions would be the best of Derby King Charlie Lister's 3 finalists. The youngest runner in the field went off favourite after impressing in the semi-finals, but there was a real difference of opinion. Some were with kennelmate Farlow Reason, few with Fierceophonic.
Here comes the hare, and away they go for the Betfair East Anglian Derby final, and away fast is track 3, Fierceophonic, who's going to lead up. It's Fierceophonic who nips around here. He may be weak in the betting, but he's around in front from 1. Jordan Solutions in second, then comes 2. Farlow Reason, it's a Charlie Lister, 1, 2, 3. Then comes DROOPYS Bogart, after these comes 4. I Pickle, they come round the third bend, and it's Fierceophonic. Surely he won't be caught up the home straight this time round. Fierceophonic leading towards the winning line. Fierceophonic, magnifique, he wins the East Anglian Derby.
10 East Anglian Derby wins. I don't know if you can scarcely believe that.
It's brilliant, isn't it, really? Brilliant. But I'm more pleased for my dog because it was the unluckiest Derby winner ever run. I mean, he went lame in the Derby. There's no way that he could have got beat. And like tonight, that's made up for the Derby for him, you know.
So a 10th Betfair East Anglian Derby victory for Charlie Lister as Fierceophonic gains consolation for a close call at Wimbledon. Delight for his large band of owners as the £20,000 first prize heads once again to Team Lister. It's the morning after the night before, and the Dogs' cameras travelled from Yarmouth in Norfolk to Mark Wallace's kennels at Lakenheath in Suffolk. We asked the champion trainer how he felt his finalist I Pickle fared and his thoughts on Charlie Lister's 1, 2, 3.
I thought our dog ran as well as he could last night. It was a tremendous achievement from Charlie, not just winning the 10th East Anglian Derby, but to have the first, second and third. I mean, we personally know how that feels. A couple of years back we had the first 4 home in a Grand Prix, and it's quite a lot of pressure when you got that amount of dogs in one race, especially a final. So, you know, when you produce a result like that, it tells you what a tremendous training achievement that was from Charlie.
When you won one of your trainers' championships, you came from a long way back. Everyone was writing you off and you managed to win it. Are you worried that Charlie might be able to do the same?
Well, not really, no, because I mean we've got a healthy lead at the moment, and you know, we've done it in the right way this year. We've won some fantastic races, some big races, and obviously the Derby. You know, we've still got some good dogs ourselves left for the rest of the season, and I fancy us to win another competition or two before the end of the year. So I think Charlie would have to probably win nearly everything to catch us, like. And as much as he's probably the only person who could do that, I think we're you know, we're quite satisfied with where we are now, and hopefully where we'll be at the end of the year.
Also winning last night, Fearsaphonic was a dog you picked up in the Derby final. It seems to be firing on all cylinders now.
Yeah, it's a particular favourite dog of mine, actually. You know, it's run tremendous all year long. It's one of the few dogs that justifies the price tag that it cost, I do believe. You know, so yeah, it's a great dog. You know, it's sadly it's a shame that we have to have all the nonsense about it going lame in the final. You know, I mean, I've watched the race, and so's hundreds of other people watch the race, or thousands of other people have watched the race, and nobody can see that it went lame in the final. You know, quite often when you have dogs that put it all in, they can overstretch themselves or something, you know. But our dog won on merit on the night, and we can't take that away from Kind of Ready. You know, he was a fabulous dog going into the competition, had a great year. You know, his owners and everybody connected. The dog deserves full recognition for his achievements.
And here is Kind of Ready, who's on his way to Ireland the next day for winter rest, ahead of a planned Derby defence in 2010.
We've got our sights firmly set on next year's Derby. There's certain reasons that we've discussed with the owners why we're doing what we're doing. We're going to leave him off. He's going back to Ireland, back to his breeders for a rest, and then he's going to come back to us in February. And you know, it's going to be full steam ahead for next year's Derby. You know, we'll try and emulate what we've done this year.
One area that you and Charlie do agree on is the way that the trainers are trying to unite now and get more representation on the GBGB board.
Yes, for sure. I think you know, there's been some positive steps taken recently. The meeting last week, organised by Martin White, who did a fantastic job just getting the people there to start with, you know, let alone everything else that went on. You know, I think it was a very good meeting in the end. There was a lot of strength there, and you know, that's what we've got to do. That's the way forward. Is we've got to be united in our strength and try and get some more representation on the board.
We begin our open race roundup at Oxford, where Jolly Poacher, who'd recently won the big maiden competition at the track, was the 4-to-5 favourite to win the Oxfordshire Stakes from his favourite box. Second favourite at 7-2 was last year's Puppy Derby winner Jester Snap, whilst Bubbly Toby was next at 4-1. Here comes the hare. And there they go, racing up towards the first bend. Great start from Jolly Poacher on the inside. Allison's Fantasy showing a little bit of pace from the traps, but swamped there. Oh, there's trouble. Jester Snap and also Brigfield Class in trouble. There's the head down the far side, and Jolly Poacher 3.5 lengths clear from Bubbly Toby in second. And a break back to the others. They come round the second last bend. Bubbly Toby is beginning to close. They come round the final bend. Jolly Poacher leading, and now quickens on again up the home straight. Jolly Poacher will win. Bubbly Toby second. Jester Snap was third. Excellent trapping from Jolly Poacher, who recorded 26.70, beating Bubbly Toby, who showed plenty of middle pace. Fine planning by trainer Richard Yates, and Jolly Poacher now expected to line up in the Oxfordshire Gold Cup. Well, on to Crayford for the John Davidson and Colin Wilson Memorial, over 540 metres. Special Liberty, recent National Oaks winner at Nottingham, trained by Lorraine Sams, was the 5-4 favourite. Cesarewicz winner, He Went Whoosh, was next. There they go, racing up towards the first bend. Seldom Right trapped out well, but better pace by I'm Only the Driver in two. That takes over. Special Liberty, nice quiet run up on the inside, moves up into second. Blondino is next. There's trouble at the back there. You saw He Went Whoosh going very wide at that second bend as they head down the far side. I'm Only the Driver setting the pace here, but Special Liberty is inching closer as they come down towards the penultimate turn. There's a lovely gaping hole, and taking full advantage of that gap, it's Special Liberty. She's gone on and goes clear now from I'm Only the Driver in second, and back in third, Blondino. Special Liberty, who'd won the Peter Bussey Memorial over course and distance earlier in the year, taking another big prize, and I'm sure Connections will be eyeing the Oaks at Wimbledon for her as her next big target. Well, on to Romford, the big finals there, starting with the Coral on TV Stayers decider over 575 metres. Go Big Hitter, winner of the Champion Stakes at the track, was the 4-5 favourite for trainer Dean Childs, whilst Coronation Cup winner DROOPYS Carvalho was next in the betting. There they go, running up towards the first bend. London Reese traps out well. With it is Graceland's Tiger. On the outside is DROOPYS Carvalho. A slow break from Go Big Hitter finds itself at the back of the pack. Into the straight first time. London Reese being taken on by DROOPYS Carvalho. Progress from Malbay Fletcher on the inside, but now finds trouble. At the moment, Go Big Hitter in a bit of a pocket, and going away is DROOPYS Carvalho. Suddenly shoots 3 lengths clear down the far side from London Reese in second. As they come round the second last bend, then comes Centurion Henry trying to stay on as they come on the final bend, and it's going to be success here to DROOPYS Carvalho. Wins, staying on in second, Centurion Henry. DROOPYS Carvalho back with a bang there, winning in 35.70 for John Mullins. Well, the big one was the £8,000 Romford Puppy Cup final. Nick Savers' Westmead Carl was the 10-11 favourite, whilst the Kent Derby winner Lenson Bolt was second in at 5-2, 6-1 bar. There they go, racing up towards the first bend. The Dilton Eagle out well, but better pace coming from 4. DROOPYS Flojo. That leads them into the first bend around the outside. Lenson Bolt comes to challenge Westmead Carl's close up as well. Halfway stage, the big two go on. It's Lenson Bolt leading here from Westmead Carl. After these comes DROOPYS Flojo. It's Bolt just ahead of Carl as they come around the final bend. They're wide apart up the home straight. Lenson Bolt with the advantage. Lenson Bolt wins by half length from Westmead Carl. Lenson Bolt recording a fine 24.11 for trainer Tony Collett. Well, after the break, we report on the recent great Greyhound gathering from Nottingham.
Hundreds of people and hundreds of greyhounds. It can only be one thing, the third great greyhound gathering at Nottingham Racecourse. Trade stalls provided everything to spoil your pride and joy or spruce up the mantelpiece. A showcase day for greyhounds and an important day in particular for the Retired Greyhound Trust.
It's very important that it gets people more aware of what dogs are about. And it's also nice to see other breeds of dogs coming around, so just to prove how laid-back greyhounds are. And we have got so much replies today. In fact, so far today, we've got 10 people who want greyhounds already today because of this event today. And it's really done well.
Martina Sullivan, lovely to see you. Familiar face from the track scene for many, many years. What are you doing here?
I'm here with the RGT. Obviously, we do the trading for the Retired Greyhound Trust, and this is our big celebration to come and see all the greyhounds together and hopefully get them tugged out in the best of kit.
Much feedback today?
Brilliant, absolute. This is growing year on year. This is the third year now, and you can see the difference from the very first year. A lot more people coming, and what was very interesting today, we thought this was just like a celebration, but there's actually people coming here today thinking of taking a greyhound on. So that's quite nice that it is a homing session as well.
With Becky and Michelle from the Nottingham branch of the Retired Greyhound Trust, who have you got with you?
We've got Brogan, and he's our entry for Dog of the Year this year.
How old's he?
He's 4.
He's in cracking condition.
He's beautiful, yeah, really stunning looking dog.
Did he ever race?
He did, yes. You'll know he's racing.
He had a short career in Ireland, but he's not raced since he's been over here. He's been retired for about a year, and nobody wanted him because he was so big. But he's now been in a home since the end of May.
But he's found his niche.
Yeah, he's doing really well. He's loving retirement.
He's a pampered pooch, definitely.
Talking of which, here's one greyhound who chilled out with a wash and blow dry, while others were showing off. Here's last year's Retired Greyhound of the Year boss and 8-year-old Jasmine Harper. Jasmine won a special competition to design the ultimate dog coat, and a colourful jacket was given the thumbs up by the judges, led by Laura Bailey.
So Laura, it was your job to judge the new coats. You were impressed by this one. Why?
It was just so bright, it was so striking. I mean, it caught all of our attention immediately on the judging panel. I mean, to be honest, it was so hard to pick. So many brilliant designs, but this was just striking, the bright colours. It's exactly what we were looking for.
Ivor Stocker, director of the RGT. Great for the children to be involved.
Yes, Jonathan, we like to start them young, and greyhounds are very popular in households with children, and they're marvellous pets with the children, so we have no worries. The coat, brilliant. We will do a limited edition, limited probably to about 500, so hopefully there'll be a queue of people wanting to buy them. And we must thank Laura for looking after this for us, and of course particularly Jasmine for doing such a brilliant design.
Jasmine, well done with your coat, fantastic. You're a very clever 8-year-old. You obviously like bright colours.
Yeah.
You pleased with the way it's come out?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And your school friends, have they seen it?
I don't know.
Are you going to take it into school?
I don't know.
Do you like being on television?
No.
Well, Dr. Higgins, this is your first great Greyhound gathering as chairman of the RGT. What's your impressions?
It's amazing, isn't it? You know, to get so many people here, so many dogs here, and even the sun shining in middle of September. It couldn't be better. Nottingham made us very welcome here. The atmosphere's great. Now, unlike most dog shows, everything is fairly tranquil as well. Instead of a lot of yapping and fighting, the greyhounds were wonderfully behaved.
Has it blown you away, the amount of people here?
Yeah, it's very impressive. But you know, greyhounds are much loved, you know, and there's a great passion there from the people who own greyhounds and look after them. And you can see that with the people here. It's very moving.
Many different greyhound classes on the day meant a difficult job for the dog show judges, but one which this man is now very used to.
It's been fantastic today. I mean, every year it amazes me how many dogs appear, and honestly the condition of them, they're all retired greyhounds apart from the puppies, and the condition is out of this world. And I always say that the people who don't like greyhound racing and always got a bad word to say about greyhounds and greyhound racing, they should come along to events like this and get involved with it and see how these dogs are so loved.
The organisers were inundated with entries as the Great Greyhound Gathering grows in stature, but there was no rest for those behind the scenes who helped put the show on the road.
Kim, you collated all the entries, absolutely swamped this year.
Yes, we were indeed absolutely swamped. We had over 200 pre-registration entries and we've had another 800 dogs probably through the gates today. It's been absolutely fantastic.
It's a full-time job.
In theory, yes, yeah. I've got a very understanding husband.
In terms of your RGT work, where are you based?
I'm actually Worcester branch. My main role within the charity is education, so I go out to schools and colleges and help people's homes, anywhere they'll have me basically to promote these wonderful dogs and this wonderful charity.
This lady does a lot of work, of course, Rachel.
A lot of hard work, yeah, she's done a fantastic job, as she did last year.
And this is the third year of the Great Greyhound Gathering here at Nottingham. It's here to stay?
It is here to stay, yes. Ivor said we're having it again next year, so we are here to stay.
The showpiece class on the day is the Betfair Retired Greyhound of the Year Award, which went to former tracker Sky, whose owner Kate Damon took away a cheque for £2,500 for her local RGT branch.
Well, Kate, congratulations. Your Greyhound Sky, the Betfair Retired Greyhound of the Year. How do you feel?
Overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed. It's obviously raised quite a lot of money winning this for the local RGT where he's from. So brilliant, speechless.
And where's he from?
He's from Rugby and Coventry RGT.
But he used to race?
Walthamstow and ended up at Coventry, I believe.
Have you showed him before?
I've done a little bit, yes. Yes, and he loves it. He gets a lot out of it, likes the attention.
So another successful Great Greyhound Gathering, and it's full steam ahead for next year's event, back at Nottingham on September the 18th, 2010. Make an early date in your diary. More open racing from Sheffield this time. The feature the Stones Puppy Silver Collar final coming up soon. We begin with the sprint on the card where BOHERBRADDA Mac, the 2008 Sprinter of the Year, was having his second race on his comeback trail. He was the even money favourite. And there they go, racing up towards the first bend, and BOHERBRADDA Mac out and gone already, 2 lengths clear up to the turn. Parkside Jack giving chase. Trouble at the back there for Elwick Raggle. As they come around the final bend, it's BOHERBRADDA Mac. He's in tip-top condition here, and he's going right away from Parkside Jack back in second. Well, as long as he stays fit, Harry Williams will no doubt be thinking of the National Sprint at Nottingham at the end of the year. Now the £2,000 Cause EBOR final. Coventry St Ledger winner Swift Ninja was the favourite at even money, ahead of Run of the Hawk, who he beat in the heats.
Away they go and racing up towards the first bend, and Run of the Hawk gets a great start. Leads up early, just checking in behind there, Romeo Land. Trying to improve is Global Kipper. Here comes Swift Ninja, but a lot on its plate here. Expected to lead with Swift Ninja as they come past the judges' box. It's Run of the Hawk who's got this 3-length advantage over Global Kipper, keeping quite tight against the rails. Then a further 3 lengths back to Swift Ninja, improving Glyn Super after taking a knock at the first bend as they go down the far side. And Run of the Hawk, can they catch it? Well, at the moment it doesn't look likely. Global Kipper's trying to pull out all the stops in second place, then a further 4 lengths back to Swift Ninja. They come round the final bend, a trap to wire success for Run of the Hawk. He's run away with this one, back in second, Global Kipper. Well, Run of the Hawk, who's run some terrific races at Sheffield, equals the track record for trainer Bill Link. Well, on to the feature, the £3,000 Stones Puppy Silver Collar, and DROOPYS Joaquin, trained by Michael Walsh, was the 9-4 favourite, having won his Heaton semi-final. Elwick Chris was next in the betting. And away they go, racing up towards the first bend. Honey Trampas out fast, showing good speed also. Elwick Chris who takes over. Elwick Chris leads around the first 2 bends here from Honey Trampas back in second. After these comes Step Aside Red. DROOPYS Joaquin in trouble back in third. After these a break back to Marky's Ace. Then comes Run 'em Ragged as they go around the second last bend. Elwick Chris now has Honey Trampas on its outside, and Honey Trampas is coming to take Elwick Chris up the home straight. Honey Trampas is going to win the Stones Puppy Silver Collar final. Well, Honey Trampas going on to win in 28.92 for trainer Diane Henry.
It's almost a year to the day since Derby-winning trainer Gary Baggs lost his brave battle with cancer. But his memory lives on, and at Kempton last week, a horse named after the late Walthamstow handler made her debut in a 2-year-old maiden race, with the support of a number of Gary's friends and owners right behind her.
Chris Page was the instigator of it. Unfortunately, when Gary Baggs died last year of cancer, I've done a lot of work for charity and one thing and another. And Chris suggested at the funeral of Gary that they could have a syndicate to get together and buy a racehorse in memory of Gary. And half the winnings would go to the cancer research, which we thought was a great idea. So we all pulled together, bought BAGGSY, as it's called, and his first race here today, fabulous.
We got a few more shares to sell yet, but they're all friends and family of Gary Baggs, who was a fantastic greyhound trainer and was sadly lost near enough a year today, I think, last year. And the fillies just to keep the memory going for him.
It was a hot maiden and one which BAGGSY wasn't expected to win, but that didn't dampen the enthusiasm of those in her corner for the 7-furlong race, and BAGGSY showed up well for much of the trip before tiring late on and finishing in the pack.
Well, today was a really hot maiden. I mean, anything could come out of this maiden today, but she got in the race, she got competitive, she got a little tired in the end, but she'll come out of it and she'll improve next time. We're really pleased.
Absolutely brilliant, because it's not. Chris said yesterday, in the stalls, out of the stalls, that's the first 2 parts of racing, and come home safe and sound. So that's the most important thing. The horse gave us a great deal of satisfaction today. We've had a great day. Even so far, it's only the second race. The sun's shining. We're in the owner's enclosure. Sir Michael Stout was standing next to me. That's lovely. I can handle all that. And I'm just Joe Public betting shop manager Barry Coombs.
BAGGSY runs on behalf of cancer charities, and if you fancy taking a share, contact Chris Page at Harlow for more information. But do so quick. BAGGSY next runs at Kempton on October the 8th.
On to the open race calendar. Nottingham and Romford provide the pick of the action on Friday, with the second round heats of the Produce Stakes taking place at Nottingham. On Saturday, the highlight is the first round heats of the Northern Puppy Derby from Sunderland. There's also opens at Monmore and Shawfield, whilst on Monday is the semi-finals of the Produce Stakes at Nottingham, with opens also at Romford. For information on your local track, click onto our website, thedogs.co.uk. Next Tuesday, we're at Bellevue for the Betfred Laurels final. Make sure you stay tuned to Sky Sports.
The Dogs, in association with the Greyhound Board of Great Britain.